Greetings and salutations, my lovely little Bytelings. My name is Wiggy, and like I've said many times before, if there's something new regarding these new upcoming MMORPGs, or really any MMORPG news that I find interesting, I told you guys I would inform you. And today there is yet another piece of awesome information on Bless Online. Please do keep in mind that while there is new information, some of it is vague once again, as Bless does not like to give us the full information on anything. Alright, with that out of the way, moving on. Now, Bless is, as I know, what a lot of you are waiting for, looking forward to, and hyped about. For good reason, as I've personally played it, live streamed it, and I found it to be a fun and refreshing MMORPG. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's still a really good game. With its in-depth pet capture system, immersive graphics, a full open world to explore, Bless Online is definitely looking like the best upcoming MMORPG this year. If it finally does get released this year, of course. There is that. Now, the new information was from a recent interview with Jae-hoon Jeon, which is the game director for Bless Online. In this interview, he was asked, as Bless has been in development since 2011, how will it compare in 2018 to other titles such as Black Desert Online or the upcoming release of Air? Jae-hoon Jeon went on to say that Bless differentiates itself from the other titles due to its unique combat style of player freedom and its hybrid nature. It doesn't matter if you come across the same class with the same gear equipped at the same level. They could potentially play completely different due to the sheer variety of skill choices you can make in the game. Then of course you can tame almost every monster found within the game world that can either be your pet or mount that can level up and gain skills. Lastly, he boasts that there's realm v realm combat, as Bless Online has a large-scale PvP where 100 can verse another 100 players in a massive battle that can take place on land, in the sky, or on the sea. Which I want to take a moment on, because this is very interesting, because this is the first time we're hearing something regarding the sea in Bless Online, let alone aerial combat. Not only that, but while there is flying in Bless Online, open world flying, because Bless Online is an open world MMORPG, aerial combat was never really a thing. There's never been anything talking about aerial combat. It's only been talking about the fact that you could fly in the game. So this is very, very interesting, and I do hope he elaborates in the future about these two subjects, because this is interesting. And if they do intend on adding aquatic mounts and aquatic fighting, this will definitely set itself apart, because the only other games that have the same similar features is Riders of Icarus and Dragon's Prophet, or as it's called now, Savage Hunt. Moving on, the game director was then asked about when we would see early access to the game, and will there be any player wipes during this early access. And simply put, there isn't going to be an early access, only a soft launch. With said soft launch, there will be no player wipes. Everything you do will remain as you left it. So that's good. Also, he continued to state that the global version of Bless Online will have different content than the Korean version, with significant improvements. Once again, however, very vague, as he didn't exactly say what those significant improvements were, just saying that there would be. And we've been hearing the same old statement for a while now. Then he was asked the question you've all been waiting for. What is the payment model? Is it free to play? Answer is probably not. Jae-hoon Jeon said, while they haven't finalized their monetization plans as of yet, they don't want their game to be pay to win and promise it won't happen, which we've heard before many times from many game developers. However, they did state that they are leaning towards a buy to play model instead of a free to play model, which the Korean one was when it was released. They haven't fully committed to this idea, however. They are still deciding if it is the best course of action, but what I think is that this is great news. Now, while I was live streaming Bless Online, and many of you expressed wanting Bless Online to be a buy-to-play title, even polls on Bless Source had the same thing. The majority of the fan base was leaning towards a buy-to-play model. So while I can say that they were influenced by player feedback, as I didn't personally interview them, it is pretty coincidental that everyone was asking for Bless to be a buy-to-play model. They said they will take player feedback into consideration, and they seem to be leaning towards buy-to-play. Once again, they said they're still deciding, but at least we've got a little insight on what they're thinking about. And this is all a good thing in my opinion, since there's only really 3 things I think that would make Bless Online fail in the West, or globally for that matter. 1, it becoming a pay-to-win cesspool. 2, a lack of content and updates. 3, lackluster combat or general combat complaints, as that is what originally killed Bless Online. People do have to understand there are different types of MMORPGs. Some are tab target, like Final Fantasy XIV. Some are action combat, like Black Desert Online. And some are hybrids. Just because a game doesn't have action combat doesn't mean it's a bad game. There's lots of people that play MMORPGs that can't even use Black Desert Online's combat. They don't have the same coordination skills as others, it's too fast, they can't see anything, etc, etc. I think it's good to have different types of MMORPGs for different types of people. And just because it's different to another game's combat doesn't mean it's bad. But that is of course my opinion. You can have a completely different opinion, that's perfectly fine. That's just my look on it. Either way, guys, this is generally all of the information, and not a whole lot new, but still enough that I felt like I should make a video on it so you guys know. As I said, I would keep you guys updated. So what do you think about this? Are you happy they're leaning towards a buy-to-play model, or did this video just ruin your day as you were hoping it was going to be a free-to-play game? Either way, guys, and thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, a good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video